Good morning. It's Sunday morning, February 18th. I'm still working on a bug. My voice is probably a little gravelly here. But this cool background music there, I thought it sounded kind of neat for something different. A little foggy out here this morning. The weather, it'll clear off. Yesterday, though, the fog didn't clear off until, gosh, it was like 11 o'clock before it ever cleared off. But it's nice and warm. Let's check with Google, see what the temperature is. Hey Google, what's the temperature in Deland, Florida?
In Deland, it's foggy and 61, with sun and a high of 78 in the forecast.
78, 61. I think it's going to be a little warmer than that. Google's always a little bit lax in the temperature. They'll say it's a little lower than what it's going to be on. Well, let's just see if she can get us with a good joke. She's been pretty bad at her jokes lately. Tell me a joke.
Two goldfish are in a tank. One turns to the other and says, "Do you know how to drive this thing?"
You know, she has said this same joke like 10 times. Tell me a better joke.
How about this? Ask me to tell you a bad joke. It'll make the others seem better.
Well, you know, all her jokes are bad, so I don't know, it doesn't make them seem any better. I don't know. Sometimes I think Google is, I don't know what she's smoking there, but it's not so good stuff. Let's see if she knows anything interesting. Tell me something interesting.
Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system. Pluto used to hold the title, but it was downgraded to a dwarf planet in 2006.
Pluto, isn't that a cartoon figure, Pluto? I think so. Goofy Pluto. You young ones probably won't recognize those cartoons, but that's an old person's cartoon. So anyways, Pluto's...
But wouldn't a dwarf be smaller than a dwarf planet be smaller than a regular planet?
Well, it could be. You know, when I was in school, I was pretty small. They used to call me a dwarf. I don't know I'm a dwarf anymore. You know, you get smaller as you get older. You tend to shrink. I used to be over 6 foot tall. Now I'm only like 5'2". And yeah, as you get so all you...
In platform shoes.
In platform shoes, yeah. So yeah, that's something to look forward to as you get older. You'll get smaller, you know. So if you're bumping your heads going through doorways, don't worry. A few years it won't affect you whatsoever. So, all right. Well, hey, it's Sunday. I was planning on doing some other things today, but this crap, whatever I got, decided to stay home. Didn't know if it's flu or not, but I don't know if it is or not. I haven't had no fever, but I sure have had. In my chest and stuff there, but in the stomach, and maybe it's a little stomach virus, who knows, but I'm playing it safe. I'm staying around in the house there. I don't want to affect anyone else, and any of y'all have any symptoms of flu, do everybody else flavor a few pots and kids stay home. Because this flu's been a rough thing this year, so if you even think you might have had it, it's probably good just not to go out with the other people there and spread it on or anything on it. So today's Daytona 500, right down the street here. It's probably about 15 miles from here. It'll be happening. I've been watching that race ever since I can remember, when I was a small kid, probably less than 10 years old. So used to live in Ohio, and I always thought, oh man, it'd be cool to be down here in Daytona. I've lived down here now for 20 years, so I didn't move down here because of Daytona Speedway. But that was a plus, you know. But never go there, really. It's too crowded. I was watching... Expensive, yeah. It costs a lot to go to this race. I was watching on the news already this morning. It's, what time is it? 7:20. Traffic's already beginning to back up going into the speedway. They get 250,000 people show up for this race, so it really is a good place to stay away from. And the race now don't even start till about 3 o'clock, and traffic's already pouring into the speedway on. So racing isn't like it used to be. I remember back in the days when our main guys was I was looking at a bird out here. Birds are collecting stuff. They're getting ready to nest. Anyways, back in the days, it was like Richard Petty and Kel Yarborough and Bobby Alice and Pearson, and those is what I grew up with. And now they're young kids. Now I don't know, was all those guys young kids back then? I guess we didn't look at them as young kids. Some of these guys in NASCAR now are barely 20 years old, you know, and they just look like little kids driving these race cars. I guess
some are 18, I think.
There might be some that's 18. I'd have to check the statistics on that, but it's crazy how young they are. They just must have either rich parents, rich influences. Who knows, you know? I was watching the duels the other night, and one of my, I'm probably talked about it before, but my new follow NASCAR guy is Chase Elliott. I used to watch his dad Billy Elliott run, and so you know, you got to, after a while, like Jeff Gordon was always my to win guy. That's who I was wanting to win. He's retired now, and so you have to pick somebody new. I just kind of, well, Chase Elliott took over Jeff's car. I don't know if that was the reason, but I used to like watch Bill run, his dad. Also, another one that I've been kind of looking at is this Ryan Blaney. His dad used to watch his dad race up in Ohio, so he did good. They both won the duels, so be curious to see who wins. The fog's going to have to burn off. I say it'll probably burn off here. I thought it burned off yesterday earlier, but it was, gosh, almost 11 o'clock before it burned off here. Just part of living in the South when it's warm during the day and colder at night. And then actually in that cold, they said it was 61. Ooh. So it's cooler. So that's not too bad on it. So anyways, that's what's going on around here. I'm not going to make this one very long because I got it in my chest there. It makes it harder to talk here. That should pass here in a couple days, let's hope, you know. So anyways, that's the news front. Google, let's give her a chance to say one more joke. Google, tell me a joke.
What did the fisherman say to the magician? Pick a cod, any cod.
Pick a cod, any cod. Oh, now that fisherman must have been from like New Hampshire, Massachusetts. Pick a cod, any cod, like park the cod in the garage, you know. And some of these accents. Hey, do I have an accent? I don't know. Some people say people from Ohio have an accent. But
Southern Ohio.
Southern Ohio? Well, that's West Virginia. Yeah. And they got a weird accent.
I don't think we have an accent, but some people think we do.
Yeah, I don't know. We say things like, instead of soda, we say pop. Give me a bottle of pop. Mm-hmm. You know. West Virginia is one of my least favorite countries. Old country. Is that a country? Well, they think they're their own country. You know, if you're from West Virginia, it's like you're one leg shorter than the other. Because if you've ever been through there, those mountains are like extreme. Never enjoyed Pennsylvania. I don't care much for Michigan. Or Michigan's alright, but Pennsylvania. I'm thinking of mountainous states. I don't like mountains. A lot of people love them, but not me. I feel like I'm all closed in. You get down into the bottom of those hills, and like you're surrounded by, you can't see nothing, but all the way around you is hills. It's like, I like beautiful, wide, open spaces, and anyways, that's my favorite on it. But yeah, you used to have to always go through West Virginia to get to Florida, which in my opinion, Florida's the best state in the country. You can't beat it. Our weather's good, sunshiny. You know, it's not perfect. There's no place that's perfect. But Florida's pretty close. All right, I'm going to get out here. I'm going to make this a little shorter one.
Bye.
Sue says goodbye. And we'll hope to get this thing out of my chest here by tomorrow. Y'all have a fun Sunday. We'll see you the next time.